Welcome back everyone. In the previous video, we learned there are two types of scales, comparative and non-comparative scales. So in this video lesson, we are going to learn about what is comparative scale. So let's get started. We already know that comparative scaling is a method used in educational psychology to measure and assess individuals' attitudes, values, and beliefs within the affective domain. Comparative scale involves the direct comparison of stimulus objects. The data must be interpreted in a relative terms and have only ordinal or rank order properties. It involves assigning values to the characteristics of items or attributes in relation to one another, rather than using an absolute scale. The goal is to understand the relative differences between the items being compared. For example, imagine you have a set of items, like different brands of smartphones. Instead of giving each smartphone a score based on some absolute measure, you compare them to each other. You might say smartphone A has a better camera than smartphone B. You're not saying how good each smartphone is on its own. Rather, you are expressing their qualities relative to each other. It is a way to capture the differences in a more nuanced manner. So, there are different techniques for comparative scaling, such as paired comparison scaling, rank order scaling, constant sum scaling, and Q-score scaling. So, let's dive into these four techniques now. Paired comparison scaling. When a respondent is presented with two objects and asked to select one according to some criterion, paired comparison scaling is habit. These data obtained are ordinal in nature, and it is the most used comparative scaling technique. And here is an example. Let's consider the application of paired comparison scaling to assess the effectiveness of two teaching methods, interactive group discussion versus hands-on activities. As a teacher, you can distribute a survey or a questionnaire to students in the classroom. Students are asked to choose the teaching method they find more effective or preferable based on the defined criteria. And this information can be valuable for instructional planning and adapting teaching approaches to better align with student preferences. Next one, rank order scaling. This is a technique used to obtain a relative ranking of items based on their perceived value of preference. Respondents are asked to order a set of items according to their preferences or importance. So, in a classroom setting, rank order scaling can be applied to gather information about preferences, opinions, or abilities of students. Here is an example. Create a list you want them to be ranked and then explain to the students that you want them to rank these activities based on their preferences. For example, you might say, please rank the following learning activities in order of your preference, with 1 being the most preferred and 4 being the least preferred. Next, constant sum scaling. This is used to assess preferences or priorities by allocating a fixed total value among multiple items based on their perceived importance or relevance. Each participant distributes a fixed sum of points or percentage across the given option. So, consider a scenario where students are asked to assess the importance of different aspects of a group project. The teacher could use constant sum scaling to gather quantitative data on students' perceived priorities. Let's say the teacher identifies three key aspects like teamwork, content quality, and presentation skills. Imagine, as a teacher, you you are giving them 40 points for teamwork, 30 points for content quality, and 30 points for presentation skills. Now, you as a teacher can use the results to inform teaching strategies. For example, if presentation skills receive fewer points, the teacher or you might consider incorporating more lessons or activities focused on improving presentation abilities. Moving to our last technique, cue-sort scaling. It is a modified rank ordering procedure in which stimuli are placed in an order that is significant from the standpoint of a person operating under specified conditions. Here is an example of cue-sort scaling in a classroom setting. Let's say teacher wants to assess the effectiveness of a new teaching method in promoting student engagement. The criteria for assessment are level of student engagement, like such as actively participation in class discussions, completes assignments on time, asks questions and seeks clarification when needed. Likewise, this sorting scale ranges from -5, which is indicating low engagement, to 5, indicating high engagement. So, the students in the class are given these statements and asked to sort them along the scale based on their observation of their own engagement, that of their peers. After collecting the sorted data, the teacher can analyze the results to understand the overall perception of student engagement in the classroom and identify areas of consonance or divergence. So, hope you are doing well with comparative skills now. Stay with us for more content like this. Thank you.